Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Reema Gupta from University of Delhi. Today we are going to discuss about the module Packing of Particles from the paper Ceramic Processing. So students, let us see what we are going to learn in this module. So in this module we will be studying packing of spheres, which include packing of monosize spheres, binary mixtures of spheres, tertiary and quaternary mixtures, and the last one is packing of continuous size distributions. So before moving towards these objectives, let's discuss about the general term which we have already discussed in the previous module. So an important step in ceramic processing is consolidation of powder into a green body. We have discussed earlier that the green body particles are packed together and are very dense. They are packed by weak forces, and the relative density of green body, which is also known as green density, will be higher if the particles pack more efficiently. So the higher is the green efficiency, more is the sinter density. So a question arises, to what extent or to what is the maximum achievable value of the packing efficiency that a powder having a given particle size distribution can produce? So the theoretically achievable packing efficiency of the particles depends upon particle size distribution, shape of particles, and various other parameters. We define packing fraction as the ratio of actual volume occupied by the particles to the total volume, and this is the generalized term which you all must be knowing. So the packing density as the same quantity which is expressed in percentage. So if the packing density is in percentage, we call it as packing density percentage. Whereas for the cases of spherical particle, it is often possible to calculate the maximum packing fraction achievable in simple cases. So all the considerations will be taken in this module, and let's understand the packing fraction and packing of spheres. Packing of particles. As we have discussed in previous modules that green density have low strength and low density. So packing of particles are required to increase the strength of green density. The theoretically achievable packing efficiency of the particles depends on the particle size distribution, shape of the particles, etc. We can define that the particle fraction as the ratio of actual volume occupied by the particles to the actual volume of the particles plus the void space, whereas the packing density can be defined as the same quantity as packing fraction but in percentage. For the case of spherical particles, it is often possible to calculate the maximum packing fraction achievable in simple cases. Consideration of these cases is important to get an idea of the targets of green density that should be achievable in practice. Packing of crystals. So here we are talking about packing of mono-size spheres. We are all familiar with the packing of spheres in simple crystal structures. In addition to cubic, FCC and HCP structures, monocyte spheres can also be stacked in the following two ways. One is single staggered packing and the second is double staggered packing. In single staggered packing, this is equivalent to the close packed 111 layer of FCC stacked in such a way that the spheres are stacked over the lower sphere rather than over the void. Whereas in case of double staggered packing, the 1-1 layer are stacked in such a way that the upper layer rests in the depression between the two spheres, not three as in case of FCC or HCP. The packing fraction and coordination number for these arrangements like simple cubic, single staggered, double staggered and FCC are given in this table. So it can be seen that the packing fraction and the coordination number for different arrangement of the monosize spheres vary as seen from the table. The coordination number means the number of spheres touching each sphere, and higher the coordination number means denser is the packing. So, random packing of monosize spheres. It is possible under certain circumstances to obtain order packing of spherical particles. For example, when a suspension of spherical particles in which the conditions have been controlled so that there is repulsion between the particles is allowed to settle, close packed sediments is obtained. However, in practice, a random packing of spheres is more relativistic situation with which to compare with the green density area. So the packing density of monosize spheres in random packing has been determined from the experiments with spherical steel balls, which we call ball bearing balls, packed in cylinders of different diameters and heights. Extrapolation of the data to infinite length and diameter gives the packing density without the error due to the finite cylinder size. Random packing of monosize spheres. Packing density of monosize spheres in random packing has been determined from the experiments with spherical steel balls or ball bearing balls packed in cylinders of different diameters and height. Extrapolation of the data to infinite length and diameter gives the packing density without the error due to the finite cylindrical size. Two types of random packing of the monosize spheres have been identified. If the spheres are taken in a long cylinder and shaken for 2 minutes, the resulting packing is defined as dense random packing, that is DRP. If the cylinder is then tipped horizontally and slowly rotated about its axis and gradually returned to the vertical position, the total volume of the spheres is found to have increased and the resulting packing is called loose random packing, that is LRP. When the experiments are extrapolated to cylinders of infinite length and infinite diameter, the packing fraction comes out to be 0.60 and 0.637 respectively. Now we are discussing in this slide the values of packing fraction for random packing by different techniques. The experiments have been done by various workers which are tabulated in this table. Computer simulation gives also the similar results. Recently, Bordia tackled this problem using a theoretical model and the values obtained in different cases are summarized in this table. Therefore, all techniques shows that the packing fractions are about 0.60 and 0.637 for the loose random packing and the dense random packing respectively. This can be compared with the packing fractions for the simple cubic lattice, which is 0.5236, and for FCC where the value is 0.7405 respectively. Packing of binary mixtures of spheres. Let us consider a bed of packed coarse spheres. The empty space between the spheres can be filled by smaller spheres which can go in the interstitials without disturbing any arrangement of the coarse particles. The total volume of the bed remains constant. Let the volume of the bed, that is the total volume, be represented by capital V. Both coarse and the fine particles have the same density d. Let V1 be the packing fraction of the coarse particles and V2 be the packing fraction for the fine particles. Therefore, the void space in the coarse bed can be represented as 1 minus V1 into capital V, and the true volume of the coarse fraction is represented as V1 into capital V. The true volume of the fine particles which could fill the void space completely is V2 bracket start 1 minus V1 bracket close into capital V. Hence, the volume or weight fraction of the course at complete filling is given as C minimum or C min, which is equal to the ratio of V1 into capital V divided by V1 into capital V plus V2 bracket start 1 minus V1 bracket close into capital V, which is also equal to V1 divided by V1 plus V2 bracket start 1 minus V1 bracket close. Reducing the volume fraction of the coarse fraction below, this would lead to incomplete filling. As discussed in previous slide, the volume or height factor of course at complete filling is given as C minimum, which is equal to V1 into capital V divided by small v1 into capital V plus V2 bracket start 1 minus V1 bracket close capital V, which is also equal to V1 divided by V1 plus V2 into 1 minus V1 bracket close, as by taking common V on both numerator and denominator side, we'll get the desired result. Now, assuming that V1 is equal to V2 is equal to 0.625, we get that C minimum is equal to 0.86. Packing factor at complete filling is given as small v is equal to V1 capital V plus bracket start 1 minus V1 bracket close V2 into capital V divided by capital V, which is equal to V1 divided by C minimum, and this comes out to be same as 0.86. The above derivation is for DL much greater than DS, or we can say that DL by DS is very large. So what happens when DL by DS is finite? This shows that much higher packing factors can be obtained by binary mixtures than is ever possible for monosize spheres. Note that it is assumed that the introduction of fine particles does not distribute the packing of coarse particles. This is ideally the case when the fine particles are infinitely smaller than the coarser particles. So in practice, we will be discussing later, this condition is nearly satisfied if the ratio dl by ds is greater than 7. So what happens when dl by ds is finite? So in this case, we are progressively replacing the fine particles by coarse, keeping the total volume of the bed constant at V as seen in the figure. The voids between fines are replaced by solids such that the packing fraction increases. Here, packing fraction is denoted by PF. So the total unit mass, that is total volume V, density of both particles rho, and C is the weight fraction of course at any instant, then capital V is given as C divided by rho plus bracket 1 minus C bracket close divided by rho into V2. So here C is the weight fraction of the coarse particle and V2 is the packing factor of the fine particles. Also, the total true volume of the solids in the mixture is given as inverse of rho, that is 1 by rho, which is equal to V naught. So the packing factor of the mixture is given as small v, which is equal to V naught by V, which comes out to be V2 divided by 1 minus C bracket start 1 minus V2 bracket close. Now let us compare the two cases for the value of V, that is the packing factor for the mixture. For the two cases, that is dl by ds is infinity, and for the finite dl by ds. So this plot shows the two cases where dl by ds is infinity and where dl by ds is finite. The two branches of the curve intersect where dl by ds is infinity. The value of v at this point should be same as that calculated for dl by ds is infinity, which gives v is equal to v1 by c, which is equal to v2 divided by 1 minus c bracket 1 minus v2 bracket close. This gives that taking V1 is equal to V2 is equal to 0.625, C max comes out to be 0.73. This is identical with the value of C minimum, that is C min, obtained starting with a coarse bed. This plot shows the variation of packing fraction as a function of diameter ratio, that is dl by ds. So the above calculation which we have discussed previously are borne out by the experiments carried out by McGarry. He took coarse spheres in a cylinder, vibrated it to minimum voidage, added even fine spheres and vibrated again. The experiments were repeated with the smaller spheres of different sizes, keeping the size of the coarse particle fixed at 3.15 millimeter. His results are shown in this plot, which is the variation of packing fraction versus the diameter ratio. It was observed that the maximum packing fraction increases as the diameter ratio increases and approaches to 0.85, close to the value of 0.86 as calculated above. If the packing fraction is plotted as a function of diameters of the two types of spheres as shown, the plot shown in this figure is obtained. The packing fraction increases as the diameter ratio increases and approaches to a constant value close to 0.86. The diameter ratio at which the curve begins to reach its maximum value is close to 6.5. If we calculate the ratio of the diameter of the hole formed between three spheres when they are arranged in a triangular configuration to the diameter of the sphere, it comes out to be 6.464. This is called the critical ratio of entrance. It is seen that the ratio particles should be smaller, that this to go into the void between the larger spheres. The ratio for four spheres arranged in a square array can also be done. In this case, the critical entrance ratio is 2.414. It should be noted that the diameter of the void between the spheres in the two cases is actually larger than the diameter of the entrance hole. These ratios are 1.366 and 4.444 in the two cases respectively. Packing of quaternary mixtures. Packing of spheres of more than 2 diameters has also been studied. In one study, 4 different sizes of sphere with diameters of 0.505 inch, 0.061 inch, 0.011 inch and 0.0016 inch were taken and mixed in different ratios, and their packing fractions determined and compared with the theoretical estimates. The results are shown in this table. In the first row, only spheres of one size were taken, and in this case the packing fraction was only 0.58, as compared to the value of 0.637 for the dense random packing. In row 2, particles of diameter 0.505 inch were mixed with the particles of 0.061 inch in the ratio 62.6% to 27.4%. In this case, the packing fraction increased to 0.8 as compared to 0.859 from theoretical estimate. In the third row, 3 different diameters were mixed in the ratio, shown with a further improvement in the packing fraction to 0.898 as compared to the theoretical estimate of 0.942. The best packing fraction was obtained in the last case, in which 4 different sizes were mixed with experimental and theoretical values of 0.951 and 0.975. These results shows that it is possible to obtain very high packing fractions in mixtures of particles of many widely differing sizes. In slip casting, it is a process for making the green body. The particles are brought into suspension in water. Here the particles of different sizes are used with very large diameter ratios. So in this case, such high packing fractions can routinely be achieved. This is necessary because the fraction of remaining water which has to be removed by natural evaporation is minimized, therefore minimizing the time of processing. Now we are discussing the packing of angular particles. It has been shown that for angular particles of single size, the packing factor is given as PF, which is equal to 0.635 minus 0.032 times 1 by d1 minus 0.072 exponential of minus 0.207 d by d1. Here, d1 is the size of the particles, capital D is the size of the container. For a binary mixture of angular particles, the following result is obtained. The value of PF was found to be 0.484 minus 0.192 exponential minus 0.098 d1 by d2, where d1 and d2 are the sizes of the two sets of particles. The limiting density for binary packing of angular particles is found to be 0.812. So for continuous distribution, the packing factor increases as the breadth of the distribution, that is the standard deviation, increases. This is illustrated in the table 2.24 which we have discussed before. For the 4 samples of alumina powder having log normal distribution with different means and standard deviation, it can be seen that the powder with larger standard deviation has a larger packing factor. Till now we have discussed the packing of angular particles. Now we are discussing about packing of log normal distributions. In practice, for producing ceramic white wares, components such as clay, quartz, feldspar, each having a continuous size distribution which are blended in proportions that are produced in continuous distribution that packs more efficiently. The particle size distribution in this case is approximated by an equation called Andreessen's equation for dense packing. And this equation is given as Fm as a function of A is equal to A by A max to power n, and small fm as a function of A is equal to n by A times A by A max to power n. In this equation, A max is the maximum particle size in the sample and n is a parameter of the distribution. The value of n in practice is in the range of 0.33 to 0.5. The Andreessen equation and the log normal distributions are compared in this table, which are tabulated. For this distribution, the mass fraction increases
as the particle size decreases. The packing densities can be as high as 0.75 to 0.77 for this type of distribution. A table has been tabulated which shows that for the 4 samples of alumina powder with different standard deviation, it can be seen that the packing factor increases as the width, that is, the standard deviation of the distribution, increases. In the above equations, that is Anderson equation, A max is the maximum particle size in the sample and n is a parameter of the distribution. The value of n in practice is in the range of 0.33 to 0.5. The Anderson equation and the log normal distribution are compared in this figure. For this distribution, the mass fraction increases as the particle size decreases. The packing densities can be as high as 0.75 to 0.77 for this type of distribution. And this plot is the example of Anderson distribution which is compared to log normal, and it is an example for the mixture of clay, feldspar, quartz which were discussed earlier.
So students, let us summarize what we have learned in this module. So we have provided a simple treatment of the packing of particles. We have started with the simple case of packing of simple crystal structure and pointed out that the packing fraction of simple cubic is 0.52 and that of FCC and HCC is 0.74. Then we have discussed the random packing of spheres, where we have defined two types of packing. First was loose random packing and then it was dense random packing, and we have found that the values obtained for these quantities by various methods including experiments, modeling and computer simulation were about 0.60 and 0.64 respectively. Note that in these cases, no interaction between the particle is assumed and these numbers actually give the maximum values. After this, the packing in bimodal mixtures was also discussed. It was seen that in this case, the packing fraction depends on the ratio of the diameters of the coarse spheres to the fine spheres, and here a maximum packing fraction of 0.86 was achieved when the fraction of coarse particle was 0.73. When this ratio is very large, a dense packing is obtained because the fine particles can fill the interstices between the coarse particles without disturbing the packing of fine particles. We have also discussed the case of the particles having a size distribution of practical interest. It was seen that in general the packing factor increases as the width or the standard deviation of particle size distribution increases, and some relations of packing of particles having continuous size distributions have also been given. Moreover, the topic of packing of particles is of interest not only to the ceramic scientist but also to the scientist in diverse field of engineering, biology and physics. Ideally, one should wish to have a relation between the particle characteristics, that is shape and size distribution, and the packing factor. This is very much evolved problem of the continuing interest. So thank you.